And when we get care in hospitals and clinics and things like that. So I wanted to show this right here that hospitals across the nation right now are just dumping their patients out on the street. And let's take a look.
Triggering calls to the wave troubleshooters alleging patient dumping by local hospitals. Two different $2 million plus patient dumping jury verdicts recently in Kentucky caught our eye. But what really got our attention was where calls to our newsroom led us when we began following up on the complaints. This story begins December 1st at 5 p.m. with a phone call to our newsroom from a horrified University Hospital employee claiming security had just wheeled a woman all the way out to the corner of Hancock and Ali, just off hospital property, dumped the elderly woman out of the wheelchair on the sidewalk, and left. Minutes later, we shot video of her, still in a soiled hospital gown and slippers, breathing hard under a blanket placed over her in 36-degree weather.
Bro, they did this in the wintertime.
Any extreme temperatures would have been absolutely ridiculous, because if you imagine if they would have did her like that in the summertime, she'd have been stuck to that ground, dog. You try and dump my grandma like that. You try and dump my nana like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some dumping, all right. You know what I mean? The only way you can, bro, hear me out, bro. The only way you can dump me out like that is if everything you did is just gonna be free now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, we killed you. You ain't gonna die, but we gonna dump you. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Take me around back and just dump me out. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go to that. But the healthcare was free, because healthcare is absurd in this country.
Right.
But this elderly lady, bro, a dumped lady dumped on her side, and then they just throw linen on her.
Bro, they dumped her.
Bro, and we talk about how much better we are than other countries. Look at this. What are you talking about, man? Patient dumping? This is the first time I've ever in my life heard this, bro. Patient dumping?
There's no way that this is America.
Why does this exist? You telling me there's not enough rooms in the hospital, fam? But there's enough room in the prisons, though. Yo, come on, man. What? Patient dumping is crazy, bro.
Yo.
Patient dumping. Look at her strode out like that, bro, in the street.
Man, bro, that's wild.
That's not a bum.
It's not a bum. That's our grandma.
Yeah, man, that's Nana right there. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. You took my Nana. You take my Nana round back and dump her out the back. You try something like that, and there's gonna be charges brought up on me. The charges are gonna be brought up on me, because when I go in there, I'm not talking about anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, I feel you.
And the moral compass of that nurse.
Yeah.
That would have been my last day. I would have had to put my foot down and be like, bro, y'all want me to do what?
Right.
Oh, y'all bugging. I'm calling the police.
Right.
Like, I'm calling the authorities, bro. I'm not dumping nobody nowhere. What you want? What?
Dump site.
Yeah.
Her stuff in a bag next to her. The employee claimed she sees this a lot. So I started watching, and on December 16th at 7 p.m., 35 degrees outside, I record 3 security guards surrounding an elderly woman with a walker, slowly escorting her out of the emergency room. She can't move fast. It takes several minutes to make it all the way to the same corner of Hancock and Ali. After they have her across the street, off the hospital property, the security guards turn around and go back. When they clear, I catch up to her, and she says she can't breathe.
They told me that I couldn't stay on the premises.
Amen. Were you in there as a patient?
Well, I needed to be a patient because I'm sick.
What's wrong with you?
I've got COPD. I got diabetes.
So they wouldn't even treat you.
The doctor talked to me 1 minute
And they told you what?
that I had to leave.
What reason did he give you?
He didn't give me a reason.
She tells me she's homeless.
I've got to go because I'm hurting.
Yeah, man. So that's Louisville, Kentucky. And you think that, like, you know, okay, that's maybe that's just a one-off. But, you know, like always, it's definitely not. Let's head down to Florida.
An inside view now into a growing crisis in Polk County, hospital patient dumping, something we've talked about here in the last couple of weeks. We were first to report to you about a local homeless shelter in Lakeland that was being overwhelmed with the problem. Fox 13's Carla Byron's been investigating now the issue and has obtained more police body camera video. Watch.
You got your ID on you?
Yeah.
Let me get that from you.
On January 20th, a Lakeland police officer responds to US 98 and George Jenkins Boulevard for a panhandling incident.
Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, panhandling's illegal.
I didn't know that.
The man says he came from St. Augustine. He has only been in the city for about a week, and he has been homeless for a year.
But who brought you here?
The people from the Advent Health from the land brought me to the Lakeland hospital.
The man says Lakeland Regional Health discharged him and then took him to a homeless shelter in the area.
Okay, so the hospital just threw you out the front door and didn't offer you a ride back to Advent land?
No.
That's pretty crappy of him, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, I understand if you just got here and you don't know the rules.
Talbot House, a homeless services provider, previously told us hospitals dumping patients on their doorstep has become a growing crisis because they don't have the medical capabilities to take care of them.
And they say that they've called us, but we haven't received a call. They tell them that there's going to be a bed waiting for them, but there's no bed waiting for them. They show up on our door.
And a vast majority of the time, the patients themselves don't know where they're going. LRMC says it has protocols for discharging patients. In a statement, the senior VP of administration wrote, Lakeland Regional Health is required to have a safe discharge plan for patients. We may discharge a patient to a shelter or other living facility if that's where the patient is or has been residing. On a daily basis, we routinely coordinate and communicate directly with local agencies prior to discharging patients from our facility to ensure appropriate placement for our patients.
Yeah, man, it's just like it's one of them things where it's just like, can we get a better system? You know,
this shouldn't be happening, and you've got. I'm gonna just say it, man. This shouldn't be happening, and you got migrants who aren't citizens that are living in places, you know, and our patients are getting dumped in the street, bro, freezing to death. Because I'm gonna tell you something, even if that grandmother that we seen, you know, filleted out in Louisville, even if she was terminally ill, right, or even if she could have been cured, that didn't help her situation. You know what I'm saying? Getting thrown out in the freezing cold, like, but y'all will go above and beyond for migrants, bro. I just don't. America's backwards right now. It's really backwards, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's backwards.
Yeah, it's sad to see, man. Like, no matter whatever type of, you know, homeless, or if that elderly have a place to go, you know, it should be some type of system in place to where, hey, we're gonna send you back to the homeless shelter, or, you know, this. You know,
or we're gonna get in touch with your emergency contact, like, or somebody, man, like,
right, yeah.
But putting them in a wheelchair and rolling them a block away from the hospital, and then, bro, they had to dump her off, and then tossing a blanket back. For all we know, we could have been looking at a dead body, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Laid out in Louisville like that, bro. Like, them old people can't fall like that, bro. Like, that's just. That's sad, bro. And this is the country we live in. But then you see migrants talking about some get out of my house and shit like that. What? it's just like when you put things into perspective like that, it's just so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, kind of like you say, man. Like, just imagine, like, if you get a phone call and like you find out like they dumped your grandma or just great aunt or something like that. It'll, man, it'll
Send you to a rage.
send you
Right.
to a rage. And
And now they're sending you to prison. And I bet you there's room there.
yeah, and kind of just speaking of the migrants and just the entitlement that they have. I wanted to show you this story in Seattle.
While the left insists we need more illegals.